Hey Libra, how's it going? So today I brought a special guest, a channel favorite. She's been here before. This is also Libra, so I thought I'd bring her back today just cause I love her, and I bet you guys like dogs too. So say hello to Libra, or else. Um, Other than that, today we're gonna be looking at a transformation of yours. Um, I'm gonna go set her down, but we're gonna go look at a transformation of yours. Um, been a huge transformation energy within the zodiac, so just gonna be looking at you in the stand up, you in the past, you in the present, you in your transformation, and then you in the future. We're gonna be looking at that with the Prism Oracle, one card from there, one card from the Hermetic Tarot. You gonna pull it? Ooh, you got the Ten of Cups at the bottom. Libra. I keep saying, and she keeps. I'm not talking to you. Although, maybe I'm talking to her. And then clarify with the lenormand at the end. So, and get you some advice too. So, we're going to get into that. One sec. All right. Let's see. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. If you want, definitely like, share, subscribe, comment, you know, questions, I don't know, your favorite color, you know, anything, I don't know. Really just talk about, it's important, I guess, to talk about, you know, what you learn. I don't know. Let's just get into this, okay? Um, let's see what's up. Really do hope you guys are doing pretty good. Let's get into Prism Oracle for Libra. You said flow fallout, which is really interesting. Flow fallout. 2 F words. That's 6. I'm feeling something about balance here, but let's see what's up. In the past for Libra, you got space. Black and white too, so it's just like immediate kind of Libra energy for me. It's a color deck. Ooh, magic at the bottom. A color deck, so black and white is always kind of important. Kind of stands out when it does come out. So in a space, in a time of probably, it's almost like isolation, but like a step past it. So like you've isolated possibly, and now you have created a void of space for yourself to create something. So it's you have the awareness of the space that you're in, I believe. Isolation is sometimes, you know, more like you're probably going into isolation or something like this, but this is something about the awareness that you're in, like the awareness of the space that you're in. Okay, let's see what you have. What you got for the present? Wow. Success. I say wow because success, when I first started this channel, success would come out day in and day out, so it was pretty cool. It was like the zodiacs were like, ooh, and you got balance that just like wanted to fly out. Success was coming out a bunch, excuse me, but kind of stopped showing up for a minute, so that's pretty cool. So definitely, I feel like bridging something first of all, because I saw that first. And I told you like this awareness, there's a sun here, so clarity on something, awareness, bridging something, connecting something. It almost looks like a hill too, so I feel like you could be coming to like, you're just coming to a very successful meeting point with something or someone. It felt like a meeting point. Whether that's physical or not, it feels like you're definitely just meeting someone halfway, possibly, or something. What do you have for your transformation? Yeah, we got love. I usually go through this whole process where I'm like, nah, it's not what I picked, but like, that's a little too much control, so it takes up too much time. Love. Wow, it feels like an expansion. And so also when I think expansion, I think Sagittarius. Um, what else is expansion? But then also love. It's Venus, so Taurus, Libra. Your transformation has something to do about your heart, and I felt like that movement. So maybe this could be a transformational type of love. Wow. This could be an expansive type of love. Something about it feels like a deep love that you're experiencing right now, or at least about to experience. It feels like it's super transformational. That's in that spot. So I mean, that's huge. Let's see what we got for you in the future. What do you have for your immediate future? Nice. You got comfort. I like that because you've got like love and comfort here, and it's interesting because I don't know. First of all, this is definite Libra energy for sure with this like black and orange because it almost feels like October, but then also just black and white. I don't know. That's interesting. I said October because it feels like Halloween. I don't know if I said that, but I just it felt like that for some reason. But this is like a total like it's sweet, it's unconditional, it's light. With comfort in your future, it's very interesting. Because if what I feel here is like, because you got the rainbow here that's like, um, it's positioned upwards like this, but you see this comfort card. It's kind of like, it's like if you see if I turn this upside down, it would be the same like you see arc, but then this one's sort of like it's lower. So now I'm feeling like it's interesting. For some reason, I'm feeling just like growth, but like from your root system. This is almost like an exterior, like this is almost like a gift, like a you and your present is almost like a physical representation of what you've done, right? But in the future, it's almost like looking at your root systems and now that I'm thinking root systems, I'm thinking of home. So comfort is like definitely just like you're gonna be comfortable, and the reason why you're comfortable is something about getting in touch with your roots. Oh, I'm gonna drop the cards. Getting in touch with your roots and see here the sadness. So I think, and I like that because just like I think of like how that water can grow things. So I think you're just looking at your roots to sort of just like rearrange how you might see things, and like maybe thinking back to like past home situations that maybe weren't as comfortable, and like reflecting, changing those tears, or like it, or maybe crying something out to get out some old emotions, you know. Because in order for it's sort of like cleaning house, but like cleaning your heart, you know. It feels like cleaning your heart, which is really sweet. I want to read comfort really quickly, just to not take too long, but because I don't get it that often. When comfort comes up, for sure. When comfort comes up in a reading, it signals that you may need to invite some more self-care and comfort into your life. A great way to do this is through nourishing your spirit or higher self. This can be something as simple as cleaning out your home and rearranging your space in order to invite clear and comforting energy. It can also mean taking the time to prepare yourself for a meal that your body has been craving. Whatever it is, do it with ease and give your nervous system the gentle break that it needs. I definitely, when I it's cleaning the home, definitely feels like, but it feels like you're in the process of probably cleaning your home, and then in the future it's about reaping from those rewards, being able to create and plan because you're in a more comfortable space within your own body and self. That's gorgeous. Okay. With the Hermetic Tarot, what do we have for space? We got the King of Wands. The King of Wands with space. And I mean, that's pretty cool. Kind of looks like he's just like, this is the void, and you see like the black is kind of all around him. It's because of this specific deck, of course, but it really highlights it. Like he's in a space, because this could be, I see Cancer and Leo here. Cancer and Leo, so that's the home, the body, with Cancer, and with Leo, that's definitely like the presentation, I feel like you're taking, and this feels almost like Hermit, so I feel like you're taking the space, and the King of Wands is about, with the Wands, of course, it's about fire, so, sorry, not to say fire, I meant to say, like, the soul, and your spirit, which is what we were talking about with comfort, so it's like when you're in a good spirit, you're able to, when you clean your home out, you're able to be in a good spirit, so it looks like you're taking the space, or you have taken the space in the past, and with the King of Wands, it's mature. It's not only a mature action, but it's an action to protect your body, to protect yourself. Because the kings, they protect, they stand by. You know what I'm saying? So with talking about this, the body with comfort, it's like you've probably taken the space back to really get back to your soul, get back to the things that are important to you and your spirit. Because when it comes to, because I feel like with Cancer and Leo here and the King of Wands, it's like I feel like you're not just your body, but like you and your soul, you are a canvas. So it's like what you do sort of represents who you are. And I think that's important because you want to create and you want to be who you are, and that will be presented to people because it seems like you might be someone who might have like high authority with the King of Wands, someone who's like in the public, someone who is important, and it's like you're taking it. It's like you took a step back to really like, because what you want to create, it feels like maybe you've been, because you're the King of Wands now, so you've been a creator, you've worked on yourself, and you've really built yourself up to a high esteem. But it might seem like right now, like when you might forget. Not forget, but you might want to know exactly what in the roots made you create in the first place. I think that's really important now because I feel like you want to create, but you might have, it might be just a time of like trying to refigure out your creativity, you know? So what do we have with success? Interesting, we have the Five of Cups. And underneath death. So cool because I say not just I've heard, so I usually say the Five of Cups is like a minor death card, along with a few others, but this one for sure. It's Mars and Scorpio. So the reason why it's like a minor death card is because it's not just, well, it has Scorpio in it, of course, but the interesting thing about it is that it's a water card, which can be about feelings and that flow, but it's also Mars in Scorpio, so it's action with those emotions. So it's not just sitting in the emotions, it's taking action to move yourself out of it. I think maybe that's why I think there's maybe been like some really heavy, deep emotions, and it's made you look at yourself. And with space, it feels like definitely you've had to take the space to clean out maybe some disappointments, some, I feel, heartbreaks. That could be anything romantic. It could be familial heartbreak. It could be heartbreaks within like friendships. So with Mars and Scorpio, it's like definitely taking the action to clean yourself, to clean out your heart. It feels, that's majorly. And with success, it goes that is not only just like Six of Cups. That's Six of, like, that's a balance. So it's like in the present, it's a major like lifting from what you've been through. And it's no one else who's lifted you. It's completely you. I won't, and that's not in a harsh manner, because definitely people assist us and are with us side by side as we go through our journey. But that's the gift of life. It's not really the way of life, you know. It's more so definitely, I don't know how to say it in the best way, but it's definitely where, like, again, Mars in Scorpio, and Mars again is like self, so, and 5 is self as well, so it's self action. No one can really pull you completely up out of your own sadness but yourself, because no one knows the depths of your own sadness but you. No one knows really what's going on. So that's why usually you can pull yourself up out of it mostly and maybe talk to other people. This could be, I don't know, you could be going to therapy as well, or maybe seeking or thinking about therapy. But I feel like you've done a fantastic job so far. There's success. That's beautiful. What do we have with your transformation? With love. Water is so good. Okay. What do we have with love? Hello, Libra. Hello. Nice of you to show up in your own beautiful reading. We got justice with love. So definitely with Venus there. Something huge about values. A huge transformation within your values. When that came out without me, more so like, it was a weird, I didn't, wasn't an initial thought, so definitely something really huge about that. Saturn, some lessons that you've gone through. Major lessons. And with this love, it might be in give and take, but this transformation, because with this space, okay, so the King of Wands feels like if he doesn't know what to create, he could just go volatile and just start creating anything, you know? No thought, just action, right? But you took the space. You took the space to figure things out for yourself. Because you were feeling hurt. You were feeling hurt and you didn't want to give that hurt to anyone else. That's why you have success here. And that's also exactly why it brings you to justice, because justice is, of course, about, you know, things being set right. But the real thing about justice is normally the way that you get done right is, like, done right by other people, is you do right by yourself first. That's why you have the 5 of Cups here, because 5 is about the self and probably the emotions you feel within yourself. We have the King of Wands singularly by himself. Again, yeah, by himself in that space. So again, with this justice, it's like you're receiving a major love, probably relationship. It feels definitely like a major, what, because it's just so interesting. It just feels like, and I think it's popping up more so now because we're in like the 7th house with you guys. But it's a very complex thing where it's like this love isn't as just simple as maybe just one relationship. It feels like it mirrors and reflects other relationships, and it seems like you may be receiving a major upgrade within like a relationship that you've already known super well, while also maybe receiving another romantic relationship, all at the same time receiving new friendships. And I think they're just majorly, again with justice, it's reflective. So like it may be friendships and in a community that you deserve, that you've worked for with Saturn, that you're gonna value. This is major. With justice and love, it's almost kind of the same card. The only difference is, and within love, there's no sword here. So I think again, like you've come to a super truth about yourself, and that's why you've added that in with justice. That's huge, guys. Yeah, you're the magician within that. And the magician probably is what brought the sword, right? So, let's see. What do we have for comfort in your future? Wow. We got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, so it feels like and with comfort, so yeah, with the 10, it feels like you may have cut out old old crops, old feelings, old emotions that may have, that just don't fit or serve you well in your body, things that probably mess up how you create, things that don't bring in the justice for you, because justice doesn't just come in for you. You do good for yourself, and justice, then it'll the universe is going to reflect exactly back what you give to it. um so I mean, that's usually the best indicator, is your life right in front of you. And of course, like, things take time, so it's not just like a step by, like, over, like, we don't control time, but we do control the good that we do for ourselves. So with Wheel of Fortune and comfort, I feel like like, first of all, it's a comfortable time, because Wheel of Fortune, I feel time, so it's a comfortable time. It's a shift. It could have been you could have been, you can, not could have, you could be in discomfort right now, maybe a bit. I forget what sign that is. I don't know what else I see here. The Wheel of Fortune is also Pisces and Sagittarius, so deep emotions, expansion. So maybe you've learned major lessons through deep emotions, and because of these lessons, it's like a balancing act. It feels, which is funny, but like, it really feels like a balancing act of like forging something through like deep emotions, and then putting it through the fire, and then cooling it down again, and then burning it, and then cooling it down. It feels like there's been like a balancing act for sure. And now you're coming into a cool, comfortable middle in the future, which I think is well needed. It's a huge shift. It's a huge shift because, I don't know, I see these 3 here, so I feel like there's something with the 3 and the 10. That's 13, and that's the death energy that likes to show up in the reading. So again, it just feels like definitely ending old things, taking yourself, you moving that wheel for yourself. And it doesn't have to be you going to the wheel and pushing it. It doesn't have to be you going to time and trying to control time, you know. You pushing the wheel simply is just you doing right by yourself, and you living your life just exactly as you would. And if there's anything that doesn't need to be there, you can clean it up. And if there's anything that you want to continue, then you can, or like, if there's anything that seems to be working out for you, continue it. That's all within yourself, you know. That's all the actions that you take. I hope you understand. I'm trying to get that as best as possible. Like, we can't control time. We can control ourselves. I think that's the most important thing. Because I feel like this is, again, I feel like it's such a huge transformation that we can't control what time does to it. We can't control sometimes what other people do, but we can control ourselves. And that's, I think that's usually the safest bet anyways. So let's see what we got. I'm going to clarify with the Lenormand. What do we have with the King of Wands in space? We got the Stork. This is the Queen of Cups. Yeah. A cleanse, it feels. It's straight up coming out like a cleanse. And this is the balancing act, because you see the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, fire and water. It's going from, and this, you could say this is the Pisces Sagittarius representation in the Wheel of Fortune. This is why your wheel is turning, because you are putting yourself through the fire. You're going into your soul. You're understanding exactly what your soul desires, what you want to move towards. Getting to the root of things, maybe childhood situations, childhood dreams, hopes. And then with the water here again, like dipping that into the water, bringing it out, making something new, like cooling it down so that it's able to be handled, and then going right back in that process, back and forth. And that's why the space is probably necessary. A beautiful cleanse, it feels, because you're really creating something out of that. What do we have with success in the Five of Cups? We got the well, this is the Sun, but also it's like a 100% kind of victory card. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity, a new beginning. And the Sun here is like clarity. It's a beautiful, bright days. I think, and look, the Sun's here too in the Success card. So it is, I feel the awareness that I was talking about in the very beginning. It's something about the awareness. Something about maybe the awareness of some regrets, the awareness of some disappointments, the awareness of, because this is Mars and Scorpio, so maybe awareness of the actions that you've taken your own self. Because it's a Scorpio, so that's both life and death. So metaphorically, the actions that you've taken yourself that have both harmed you and helped you. You know, so like not leaving nothing unturned, no stone unturned, no story left unread. It's basically going all into everything within your own self. And I think there's a major opportunity within that, because you go in and you can forgive yourself and release all the things that maybe you didn't like. And again, with Scorpio, you can maybe take the good out of those and bring yourself back to life out of that. And I think that's what you're doing. That little sunshine, not little, because it's pretty big sunshine. So this sunshine with all these cups, it's really just like, it's showering it out. Not showering it out because you're working through it. That's why it's so successful. It just feels like definitely like you're not in this Five of Cups right now, but it has been a major theme for you. And it seems like this is the moment that you've been pushing forward towards. Because you're in it. This is the present now. This isn't like your future or your transformation, not something you're waiting on. No, this is something you're doing in the present. And you're taking that opportunity. So what do we have with justice and love in your transformation? The King of Swords, the lilies. Okay, so like immediately, definitely with the because I know that we have the roses and we have these, and these are long lasting. They have a longevity. The roses can be like you know, you get a bouquet of roses, probably die within a couple weeks, or I don't know, however you keep up with them. But these are definitely something you put definite effort into, but it's able to last a very long time, sometimes even off of very little. So it's just like you are coming into a major justice that may be long overdue, but it's very long lasting. It's very what's the word? Not just stable, but very it's very interesting. I can't pull the word out, but I'm gonna not hold on to it too long. We have love. Just think long lasting and stable for sure. But we have love here too. So I love that, because we have the King of Swords here. You could be colder, not colder, like a more detached person, because we have the King of Swords here. And not detached, but just more so in the mind, right? And so maybe you did a lot that was right for your head all the time, and that would make sense. That's your natural energy. But I feel also that this is just again, maybe a long time pattern, not pattern, but just like a way of life that you've had, just being in your head. And I think that there is now being love incorporated. You're now incorporating your heart. And while many think that you can probably use these both together, like your heart and your mind together, as easily. It's kind of not that simple. They kind of work in different ways, and they operate in different ways. So um, it may be you've had difficult times within relationships where you may have needed to be in your heart, but you were in your head instead, or you may have needed to be in your head, but you were in your heart, and so that's probably the imbalance that's been, your head and your heart. But I think you've worked on that so well. You've had many lessons within love and relationships that have taught you values and also put you through some work. It looks like with Saturn there, I put you through some work, and that's the good with the bad. It's sometimes beautiful relationships, sometimes negative relationships, um, but everything and anything in between, because you really have to get to know yourself. And if it's what you want, if it's what you value, which it definitely is, because this is a new transformation, it feels like this is what you value probably largely. I'm not going to say the most thing that but you value it a lot. Love, and you value your relationships, and you want something that's going to last long. And I think you're getting that 100% because you've worked so hard. Wow, that feels big. That feels major. It feels so healing. And it's just like, and it's with justice, it feels like just the right match. Just the right, like, whether it's a friend, whether it's a coworker, a boss, a sibling, whether it's, I saw two there, so a romantic relationship, which it probably definitely is. It's so healing, and it's just the right thing for you. So what do we have with comfort and the Wheel of Fortune? We got, I always forget the name of this one, but this is, wow, I always forget the name of this one. It's literally the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel. Oh my God, Shamar. So the wheel coming out for the wheel, and then comfort. Now I kind of see what at the end of all this. So first of all, it could be now you finally seeing at like the end of something, so like, like now I talked about awareness, so maybe you haven't had all the awareness, the clarity, but you're coming towards the end of a cycle and you're gaining that clarity. But also you see these two wheels here? Beautiful. We're going to talk about that in a second, but look at this. You got with this comfort card, and again, here's what it was. I've had this card since the beginning because it's a color card, and so I pulled it out first. I saw these three circles here, and I had no idea what really it could be talking about, other than like connecting and growth. 3, Empress, birth, things like that. So 100%, I see now you've got one circle here, 2 circles here, and now we've got 3. So I feel like you're birthing a whole new cycle in the future. A brand new, you're going from these 2 to these 3. So it could be like maybe 2 major cycles, 2 major relationships, 2 major reflections of things. I'm not sure, but definitely comfortable because you're in a brand new beginning. Like these 2, probably down here, but from these you have fueled. I'm not trying to flick you off. Sorry. From these you fueled your growth, and it's bringing a whole new beginning for you. And so then with the wheel here, it's emphasizing that you kind of are pushing that shift to yourself by doing your own work. But look at that. You go from the 5 of Cups in your present to the 6 of Cups in your future down here. So because of your work, because of your shifts, because of, what is this, the forces of life, right, with the Wheel of Fortune, because you have that process of going in between, like breaking yourself down and building yourself back up out of your own elements, and like working within your own self. With 6 of Cups, like getting to your own roots. Again, like this is definitely about something big, about like your home life or your roots or where you come from, and how you fuel that with who you are today. This is 16 too, so it's 7. It's a 1 and a 6 though. So I feel a brand new beginning, a balance, a harmony, something really comfortable. And yeah, it's a 10, so a whole new beginning. I always feel myself like reaching to see like, well, what is the beginning? Can you tell me a little? I think I'm gonna have to hold off because I don't think they're ever gonna really give me that. I always feel this feeling towards the last card. I'm like, so then what is the, But I don't know if they're gonna tell you that exactly, which is okay. It's perfect actually. It's all about getting yourself through this door right now, one step at a time. I was gonna pull your advice. That's what's up. So, any advice for Libra as we see them off? And here is the 7. And this is definitely about the roots. Because this is another, just keeping it balanced. This snake could be something within your environment that is definitely like able to trip you up, able to hurt you or harm you, deceive you, right? But I always have to remember, not remember, but I always look and definitely see the snake hat is an S, and that is just one of the many synchronicities that you can think of when you think about this and how it's about yourself. Because you can usually be deceived from other people, but sometimes we deceive ourselves as well, and that can be the first step, is looking at ourselves to realize what's going on in our environment. So I feel like definitely you could just have someone deceiving you. Queen of Wands could be I won't say Pisces, so it could be a Pisces, but also Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that you feel might be deceiving you. You could be one of those signs, but then also, for sure, it's roots. It's getting back to your own roots. And see, the Queen of Wands manifests. She brings in, she creates just by being. She creates by being herself. And I think that in order to be completely yourself, you're going to have to stop tripping yourself up. I think you trip yourself up possibly because it's like your own root system, you know who you are at a core, but you may not act accordingly, and you may not present who you've always been, maybe in order to put on, maybe it's like I don't know, but it's just like you're putting on a presentation possibly, or someone is, where it's just not who you are. But you know yourself. The reason why the snake is able to trip people up is because it moves on the ground, right? It can actually see your feet. It sees who you are at a core, and that's the metaphor. It's like you see yourself, or someone sees you at a core. So I definitely think it's just get to your roots, understand yourself. And I think it's definitely this is the house of Libra because it is balance, and it's like with the snake, it is good with bad. It's knowing your whole self, knowing your whole good and your whole bad, so that you can live those out completely and authentically. Because you do trip yourself up when you don't live out your if you know aspects of yourself and you try to contain them because they may seem negative or they may seem more positive, like if you feel like they're imbalanced, you're gonna live that out. So it's all about coming to terms completely with who you are, and then not just coming to terms with it, but like maybe even writing about it, reading about it. I felt therapy with the 5 of Cups, I remember, so that could be an element for real with therapy, because the 7s are about philosophy, so it might be best to have information written down probably, or just like to get to know yourself and completely see that maybe on paper. It might help. Just so that you can live yourself out completely and authentically, so you're not living in like ultimate positivity or ultimate negativity, so that you understand neither one is better or worse. Negative has positive and positive has negative. Your good traits can be just as bad, and your bad traits can bring just as much good. So I think it's important to really get to that whole thing. We really still have the Clover at the bottom, so this is a beautiful, lucky relationship. Not lucky, but the reason why luck comes in is because you put in so much hard work. So I think you guys have put in a beautiful amount of hard work. And that's why it's a balance, because it's not just you doing the work, it's you do a beautiful amount of work, and the universe will throw in some gorgeous things for you. So I think that's what you're having too. Wow. Really quickly, yeah, that just looks like that. The comfort. My God. You see how I had to flip the card? You guys have to flip the card for yourself. And I think that's, oh my God, that's beautiful. That luck, that balance, that comfort is coming immediately in your future because you're putting that work in. Libra, this is gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love this. I hope you guys, I didn't realize there was another 7. There's so many 7s. I hope you guys go through this transformation as smoothly as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe again, comment. If you want any personal readings, information for that is down below. And other than that, stay safe. And it feels like a healing process, so please get some good healing in. Thank you so much again. I'll see you guys later. Bye.